Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and it is my honour to be your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now I haven't done an Am I a Chap video for a little while. I would encourage you to send in your image for my observations and to share with the other gentlemen who also need motivation and inspiration to dress better in daily life themselves. But one dropped in the other day. I've had it for a little while actually, and I've just been waiting for a good opportunity to talk about this one. And today, the person I'm going to talk about their attire is a gentleman called Larry. Now, I am going to tell you the accompanying letter which came with Larry's image as I show you the picture. Larry tells me that he is a military veteran, having served in the US Coast Guard, and he is now a full-time firefighter in the US, in which he is a lieutenant, or a lieutenant if you're an American, I guess. About 10 years ago, Larry tells me that he began to have questions about the state of social affairs in the United States, thinking that everything seemed so informal, even verging on the edge of hostility at times. He philosophized that a large part of the loss of manners and sense of occasion stemmed from the ever-decreasing sartorial standards and requirements which were seen in society in the US. And he made a conscious decision from that point on to dress more classically and to hold himself to a more gentlemanly standard. He says, "I have not failed in this endeavour, nor have I completely succeeded. Being career fire service has probably accounted for some of my transgressions, as we are not right in the head. But I digress. Anyway, in this time I've become a great lover of tweed, and I have quite a collection of jackets and even a few suits. Now, let's have a look at this image which Larry has sent us. And the first thing I see when I look at this image is an English country gentleman. So to hear that he's from the US is quite interesting within itself. We will discover in just a moment where he gets this flavouring of his clothing from. But let's have a look. And Larry has actually thoughtfully told me what he is wearing here. So let's start from the ground up. And Larry tells me that he is wearing a pair of Barber boots from famous British, still family-owned company, Barber. Now, of course, Barber are not famous for making their boots. They are famous for making waxed cotton and canvas jackets, of which I own a few. So their boots are outsourced to another company and they get branded as Barber and sold as Barber. So a Barber boot doesn't necessarily have a great deal of gravitas, but let's look at what Larry is wearing here. And what we see is a full brogue boot with a ghillie style lacing, I see, which is quite interesting. You don't see that too often, in a dark brown. Yeah, it's a really good country style boot. What I would say is, if it's made of leather, it should have some polish on there, sir. I thought you said you're a veteran. I joke, right? But, you know, I would aim for perhaps a bit more of a shine. But there we go. Let's work our way up the clothing, because on the trousers, what are we looking at here? Trousers are Peter Christian cords. Now, Peter Christian is a British company which makes a variety of clothing from all different styles. I've got some of their knitwear myself, but they do make some great trousers as well. And here we see what I would describe as a mustard colour corduroy trouser. Quite a broad corduroy. I do love it. I love bold colours in trousers, and corduroy seems to be the perfect platform in which to demonstrate your mastery of the colour palette to the world around you. I really do like these. They're a great fit, great break, perfectly lying halfway down the lacing system of your boots. They're a good fit to the body, well tailored. I like them. What you do have to be careful of with corduroy is the way that you iron them. Now, I'm not a fan of ironing a central crease down the front of the trouser in corduroy. I always treat corduroy trousers in the same way as I treat chino trousers, and I iron them flat from seam to seam so that there is no crease down the centre, because I just don't think it sits well with corduroy. I can see that Larry is non-committedly either gone one way or the other here. I can't tell whether he's actually ironed a crease in them or that's just the way the trousers lay. But for me, iron them flat. Works better with cords, but I love the trousers. They're a great colour and they go well with the outfit. Now the upper half of the body, what we see is a House of Brea Scottish country retailer Saxony tweed jacket, and it is a classic tweed jacket in a sort of I would say a herringbone, I'm trying to think of the best colour, heather colour I would say perhaps, hard to describe the green, but it's clearly a green. 3 buttons, notch lapel, tweed jacket in a classic style, ticket pocket, 2 normal pockets, good fit, good length in the sleeve, can't argue with it. It looks like the classic rugged tweed jacket that we all know and love if we love tweed. Yeah, classically elegant. Today tend to be more towards a 2 button in the contemporary style, but this is equally as good. I like it. The tweed itself is not entirely green. There is some element of linear lines in there of different colours, but it's hard to make them out. Looking beyond the jacket, underneath, what have we got here? We know, what's he wearing? The shirt is a multicoloured shirt. I like that, very nice, very classically elegant, lots of colours in there. We also, and the shirt comes from Brook Taverner, which was one of my favourite British retailers. I think they offer a very, very good price point for some pretty decent clothing. I just ordered in the last week 2 pairs of chinos for the coming summer season from Brook Taverner. I think they were £40 a pair. They were far better than I expected when they turned up. Bought them online and really well executed, I say, for the price point. So Brook Taverner, bit of a secret retailer here in the UK. They've only got like I think 12 stores, broadly spread around the UK, but nice shirt. Shirts are good too. I've got quite a few of their shirts. They're very, very good. The jumper is a sleeveless jumper from Farlow's. Now Farlow's walked past their shop in London last week. They have a royal warrant to the king, and they tend to specialise in sort of outdoor country and fly fishing attire. They're very well known for that, but of course they make some great other clothing as well. We see a purple tie, which is interesting. There's a lot of colour going on here, isn't there? I do like it. And on the head, it's a Schoffel flat cap. So Schoffel, it's a Bavarian German. Again, they make lots of outdoor and country stuff. I think they're quite famous for still being in family ownership, something like 7th or 8th generation family ownership. But yeah, look, it's a really good look. And just to round it off, I would say we have a pocket square in a colour which is perfectly matched for that sleeveless Farlow's sweater which you're wearing. Now, considering there's a lot of colour going on here, right? The flat cap is a slightly different colour to the jacket. You've got that sort of burnt orange sleeveless sweater. You've got the purple tie, multiple colours in the sort of Tattersall style on the shirt. Pocket square, the very bold mustard coloured trousers. There's a lot going on. There's a stainless steel watch I can see, which has I can't see what it is, but it has certainly got a coloured dial. Actually, the colour matches the trousers. More likely coincidence than other. You might think, God, there's a lot going on here. Other than that purple tie, all of the colours here are earth tones, all right? The mustard, the burnt orange, you know, the greens involved in the jacket and the hat. I think they all combine exceptionally well to make an outfit which is both interesting and very appropriate for this style. Very appropriate. Even the boots, having the dark brown, it works so very well. It all fits very well as well. It's either been tailored or it's, you know, it's a lovely fit on this gentleman's frame. I think that's a really good outfit, and if you met me in the woods today, I would take you for an English country gentleman. So very well executed, Larry. I like it. Moving on to the second photo, staying in the same vein of attire. And Larry's given us a bit more info here. He's wearing, now let's start from the bottom. I don't need to go too far into this because he's actually wearing the same boots. And he is at points to say here, I don't just own one pair of boots. It's the same boots and the same hat in this second photograph. It just so happens he was wearing them on the days the photo was taken. So what is he wearing? Well, he is wearing a tweed suit from Brook Taverner. I just waxed lyrical about my love for Brook Taverner, and this is another good reason. They make lots of British country style things, as well as really quite smart city stuff as well. I think their price point is really good. They're not cheap, but then that's reassuring when you're talking about buying decent things. So we're looking at this suit, and again, it's a green suit. It's a 2-buttoned notch lapel jacket over a nice pair of what looks to be flat-fronted trousers, cut from the same material, obviously making it a suit. Now, it is again an interesting green colour, lovely classic green colour, with faint sort of linear lines going through it with different colours, as often is the case with tweed, to give that little visual interest when you get close up. What can I say about the trousers? Good break, good solid crease, right? If you're going to wear a pair of trousers in a suit, you can at least put the iron to them, and certainly Larry has done that. It looks good. I like it. Classic and elegant. Moving up to the jacket, great length on the jacket. Jacket should normally finish, if you look at Larry's hands, when you're wearing your jacket, you should be able to put your hand across and grab the hem, so that the hem of the jacket falls roughly in your palm. If it's too long or too short for you to do that, jacket's either too long or too short. In this case, it looks perfect. The length of the sleeve is perfect. It is allowing approximately 1/4 of an inch of the shirt worn underneath to be visible, demonstrating that we have the shirt there. I can see that the jacket is a nice fit indeed. Now, what are we looking at with the shirt? Let's have a look. It's a Tattersall shirt, also from House of Brea, and he's wearing a sleeveless lamb's wool jumper, which again is in a lovely mustard colour. Earth tones, again, they match together so very well. Looking across to the pocket square, again, it's a colour in a sort of chaos fold, stuffed in the pocket. I love it, which again marries nicely with the rest of the outfit. He's got a good eye for the palettes involved here. That Tattersall shirt looks to be buttoned down, which is entirely appropriate in a sort of country casual outfit, and a navy tie worn in what I would guess is 4 in hand, maybe half Windsor, hard to tell, but it looks good. Got the dimple. Yeah, it's a really nice outfit. What I would say you've delivered very well here, Larry, is the sleeveless sweater as an accompaniment for the country look at the cooler time of year, because tweed within itself is a nice warming material anyway. It's made of thick wool, traditionally woven from the wool from certain animals up in the sort of Scottish Islands, making it quite robust, quite tough, quite rugged. This one looks as if it's actually quite refined, looks very good. But that extra jacket, that extra sweater underneath, being sleeveless, it doesn't add too much bulk to the overall look, but it adds that warmth to the core of the body. And yeah, and it is an expression of additional colour. So 2 very, very good demonstrations of the English country style. The only observations I could give, as I said, maybe a little bit of polish. I wouldn't even say polish, a little bit of shoe cream on those boots, because they look to be a little bit washed out in colour. I think if you took something like a rich shoe cream to them, it would rejuvenate them and they would look new all over again. So that's one thing you could think about. But other than that, it's a really lovely pair of outfits. So thank you so very, very much. Larry tells me here that he spent a fair bit of time in the UK, in Yorkshire, and he's taken quite well to the British country style. And he thinks it fits him being quite coarse in texture. Well, I think that's rather, an under-assessment of your greatest skills, Larry. I mean, let us not forget, as a full-time firefighter, you put your life on the line for all of us every day. That is a very noble profession and one which deserves our respect. So thank you for your service in that job, sir. I'm sure even though you're not in my country, your efforts are appreciated by those whose lives you protect on a daily basis. And thank you for sharing your outfit. You are indeed a chap. So there we go. That was Larry from Boston. I see his location is at the bottom of his letter. So Boston. Been there, lovely city. Enjoyed it. So if you have enjoyed today's video, don't forget I would love to feature you in one of my Am I a Chap videos in the future. All you have to do, just like Larry, send me an image of yourself from head to toe in as much definition and as much detail as you possibly can to make it easy for me to share with everybody else. And drop it to my email address, which you will see on the screen now, or you can find that also in the show notes below. If you've enjoyed today's video and you appreciate Larry's style, give the video a thumbs up. If you'd like to come on the journey with me towards Chap Nirvana, click that subscribe button. And if you would like to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee or you can become a patron. I make additional video content every week for my patrons, and we've got a growing community of friends on that patrons page. And to get involved with that, all in the show notes below. So until the next time, take care. Larry, this salute is for you, sir. You are a chap.